Hi, everybody. I'm Dennis Diaz, Commander in Chief of the Diaz Task Force, a task force that rescues men, women, and children from sex and human trafficking. Um, Yesterday, I actually did the first episode of the DX Task Force right here where you are listening live. And thank you very much for everybody that have been actually downloading. We got a lot of value coming your way. Now, this episode is going to be a special episode. It's going to be unscripted, uncut. Anything goes. No host bar, no disqualification. If it was the WWE, oh man, forget about it. But today, tonight, right now, as we speak, I actually have a young gentleman. He goes by the name of Tank. And I tell you what, I would never use real name for the because of the stuff that we do, but his name is Tank, and there is a great reason that we call him Tank. That is his name. So he a little bit about Tank. We have known each other way over 15 years. And when I started the Diaz Task Force on 2020, he actually was all for it. And he started helping out and everything that he could. He'd been loyal to the DX Task Force for the last 5 years minimum. And the fact of the matter is that have he actually made it to Corporal. So he's a non-commissioned officer in the DX Task Force. He is a leader, and it's a great honor to have you. Tank, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you today, brother?
Good, good. It's such a privilege, man, because I know that you always working, always getting things ready for the task force and so on.
Yes, sir.
Why do you decided to do something as crazy as the Diaz task force, where it's just insane?
Well, I knew that you were starting this task force. First of all, my name is Tank. Nice to meet everybody here. So I knew Dennis for over almost 18 years. So when I heard that he was running a task force, I jumped right into it, especially due to the fact that we're going after predators and human trafficking and all that other stuff. It's been a challenge since I've been working with the Diaz Task Force, but in the process of everything, we do a great service to the community and we save lives. And who doesn't want to be a part of something like that?
Absolutely. And one thing that I did notice about you was that you are all for it. You even actually recently, it was actually thanks to you, Tank, that we got the okay in Maine to be able to do some sting operations. That the real stuff. Go to the get those predators that want to have sex and want to be fucking 13, 12, 14-year old boys and girls. Because this type of stuff, it doesn't discriminate. These predators want to be fucking kids. That's the bottom line. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So how man, how like you are really unbelievable, my brother.
So when I was living in Maine, I became very close to the police department in Augusta as well as Lewiston, and I know a couple of the guys on the police force out there. They're the Augusta Police Department, especially, they hold the highest integrity. So when I called them and I said, "Hey, listen, guys, this is what we want to do out there. Can you guys help us out?" And they were all for it. So we got the green light. So we're going to be headed down there sometime within the next month or so, or maybe even sooner. And we're going to be setting up sting operations out there. Not only that, but I've also contacted a good friend of mine who owns property out there.
Ooh,
And so we actually have a bait house on top of it, free.
nice. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Better be ready.
So that's the best part about doing something like this is, again, we're going to be able to take these predatory people off the streets. Our main focus is to catch them, have them go behind bars. There's there's no talking out of this. Once you do something like this and it becomes that graphic and disgusting, you need to get a very, very, tactical force to take them down, and that's where the DS Task Force comes in. Not only that, but I also have a couple of friends out there who are also willing to join the DS Task Force, and so now not only do we have just Augusta, but we have about three other places out there, including Vassaboro. I know Vassaboro very well. I box out in Vassaboro. I do MMA out in Vassaboro. So this is like I got a bunch of people in the community who are ready to take down some of these predators.
Beautiful, beautiful thing. And like I was saying before, these type of people, the thing is that if these people, a lot of them are new, that never been caught before. So statistics show that right now there's a child that is getting abused. Those are the facts. But it takes people like us to actually be able to stop it. Statistics show that I think it's like 3 out of 10 or something like that. I'm gonna put the stack. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the notes, on the show notes. That is it's insane. I think it's like out of 10 girls, 6 of them are gonna get molested before the age of 18. Like this is insane. And although we are here in the United States, doing this in the United States, this is a worldwide problem. And I highly encourage everybody that is listening in the United States, maybe some great people in the UK, and so on, to actually be proactive and also learn from the Diaz Task Force and how you guys can actually prevent this or even do something similar yourselves. At the end of the day, this is not a race. We're not doing this for Facebook likes. We're not doing this so you watch or YouTube. I mean, if you guys want to donate, we appreciate it. This goes out of pocket. We work tirelessly day and night to make this happen. And I tell you right now, I'm not rich, but at the end of the day, this is really important. We're catching the people that actually never been caught before. That I tell you right now that although people might say, "Oh, it's my first time," it's my first time. Like, come on, really? That's why you went over here to a 14-year-old girl's house and you showed your dingaling. Is that right? So let's just be real. Like this shit is
Even
crazy.
even if you can't donate any money, I mean, if you have a roof over your head and you want to catch some of these predators, please provide us with the information to get down there and take care of this. Like I said, this is a very rapid type of thing that's going on in our world. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the UK and there's predators that are walking, or if you have loved ones that possibly been involved in, molestation or anything along the lines of that, please give us a call. We could do our due diligence and get to the bottom line and try and figure things out to keep you and your loved ones safe. It's very, 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 very important that we get people in the community involved because, again, without the support of the community, we are not going to have the political backing to be able to keep up. And it's very, very important to have the people involved because, again, you're doing your part as well to be able to apprehend sex traffickers or people who are just child predators and all different types of stuff. If we get the community involved, man, I'm telling you, not only will you be part of the DS task force, but you will also be saving so many lives. It's very, very, very so. Yeah, that's just what we got to do as a community, as one, as anybody who can be affected. You know what I'm saying? If I had kids, right, and something happened to my kids, I would sure as hell want to get that predator, and if I can't bury him, because Lord knows I would, then we have to get the proper law enforcement involved in order to apprehend these people. And it's very important to get people involved. We need your support. We need people like you to be able to get involved and do whatever you can. Provide a roof to be able to catch some of these people. Even if it is, hey, you want to walk the walk with us and see what we do on a daily basis, please give us a call. Contact us. We give all the contact information. Everything is also posted online. We are very, very, very gun ho on this on this subject, and we are not going to stop until all of them are in prison.
Absolutely. And one way that you guys can contact us is on social media. You can go on Facebook, just search for the DS Task Force. Also on Instagram, DS Task Force. Even on YouTube, DS Task Force. A website will be coming up, but so right now, just find on social media, Google DS Task Force, and you will find a way to be able to contact us. Also, we are posting the sting operations that we do. We are going to be broadcasting that live over here on the podcast. We're also going to be broadcasting it on social media, even Facebook, because at the end of the day, this is the real world. This is what's going on, and we're not going to change it. So we might not get monetized out of Facebook and so on, but like I said before, the most important thing is the kids and do things right. So if you want to become a part of the Diaz Task Force or be a decoy or be one of the security person and so on, we got plenty positions open. Make sure that you give us a call or even better yet, give us a text at 203-519-6008. That's 203-519-6008. By the way, that's my personal cell phone number. So there is no excuse now. You got everything that you need. And another thing that you guys got to think of is I know that when you go to the park, you want to see the kids play. Maybe you want to look on your phone, social media, and so on. Listen, the summer is coming. All right, a lot of sex trafficking, human trafficking is going to be happening, a lot of kidnapping. So it's really important that you pay attention to your kids. Don't be that parent that is always just on the phone while the kids are playing. Got to be proactive because it only takes a matter of seconds. Also inside the stores, amusement park, gotta be the parent that actually is paying attention to the kids. Be a parent and actually pay attention to them because it do not take long at all. So, but you guys gonna do great. And I can't wait to see you guys in the other side.
So the other thing I want to touch base on is what happens once we get one of these predators in the trap, as I would like to call it. We kind of conduct a, I guess you could say, an investigation where we ask them questions. We try to get to behind the psychology of what's going through these people's minds, because if we can understand which I have to say, in all the years I've been doing this, I never understand what goes through their mind. But in the same sense, having that psychology behind it makes it, very important to figure out why they think this way, and makes it easier to find them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys, man, especially when they talk on the computer and stuff, some of them are just dumb. But some of them cover their tracks extremely well with VPN blockers. They even use fake accounts, all that other stuff. So again, when we go against some of these guys that actually are high in intellect, because mind you, they might be a predator, but that doesn't mean they're not, you know, stupid. Some of these guys have, high IQ. They're book smart. Their book smarts or their knowledge is up there. So trying to get behind these, I like to call them predators slash criminals mindset, you've got to ask a series of questions, and then again, we have to defer what's truthful, what's not, and actually stall them as much as possible until local law enforcement comes in and apprehends the suspects. Again, it's a very, very lengthy process. In some cases, in some cities, the local law enforcement will not work with a third party entity due to the fact that it's government related. So in order to do something like this, again, we're pretty much in there in the blind side, in the fire. Anything can happen. We can get shot. We can get stabbed. We can get hit. There's multiple different things that can happen. Not every single predator is going to be like your normal predator who's got the glasses and the pencil thin mustache, and he's harmless, unless it's to children. No, some of these guys are really, really, really just nasty, dirty, dangerous people. You never know if they killed somebody, if they killed somebody prior. You never know their motive behind to young people. And some of these people are very, very dangerous. So when you're in the line of fire like that, trust me, you are in danger. So again, we go through extensive training. We work alongside ex special forces. They teach us the ropes. We also have our firearm safety courses. We do not play around. So that's another thing for any predators who are listening. If you come across the DS Task Force, if you attempt to hurt any one of us, you will be meeting God early. And I am not playing around when it comes to that. I promise you, as with every breath in my body. If I see any one of my workers, anyone on one of my brothers, I promise you, it's not going to be a pretty day for you. I don't care what local law enforcement says on that part. said again, we also have to follow certain guidelines, but I don't mind breaking some of the rules, seeing how, when it comes to the safety of my comrades. That's also one of the reasons why I'm pretty sure that I made it to the position I am now, in the ranks that I am now, because again, very protective. They call me Tank for a reason, and I have no issues taking one of you guys down. Not a single issue. So if you see me there, and I'm talking to be polite, be cordial, anything less than that, we will not tolerate.
Absolutely, I'll tell you right now, he's the nice guy, and he'll be the first one to throw you in the wolf chipper for damn sure. Because at the end of the day, we are here to protect the children. Also, humans trafficking, it happens to families, entire families. I've seen that in the dark web where
Mm-hmm.
they kidnap the entire family and so on. So all that needs to be stopped. There's people that uh, will kidnap somebody, drug them so bad that they are pretty much dead. It's just so he or she can get fucked nonstop.
Unfortunately, some of these parents sell their kids off too. You got to be very careful, especially with the drugs that are running rampant around nowadays. I'm telling you. So, when I was, like I said, I've lived in numerous different states in the United States of America. I've seen how bad the drug pandemic is in the United States of America, and I can just imagine for the rest of the world. But I can tell you this much: I have seen 14-year-olds on the street selling their bodies for fentanyl. I have seen countless of young teens doing crystal meth, doing crack cocaine, doing fentanyl, doing all these really, 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 really poisonous drugs. And, they get hooked on it real bad. And some of these kids actually got it from their parents because their parents are actually using,
Mm-hmm.
and they follow in their parents' footsteps. And then you'll see a 12-year-old, 13-year-old overdosed. You see some really, really sad stuff being out in the field. So again, I made this very, very clear to any of you predators out there. I do not like you. I will never like you. I'll never try and be your friend. The only thing I can do is have a conversation with you and try and understand your brain. But if you get violent, if you get aggressive, I will meet you with that energy. No problems whatsoever.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna be screwed. Another problem that we've been having very often, and we are focusing this year as well, is actually parents that sell their kids for sex. That
Yes.
happen too often, and that's actually kind of harder to catch, just because they it's all in the hush hush. The parents are in on it, so
Correct. And you can't really do anything without the parents' consent because of the age of consent and stuff like that. So it gets it gets frustrating,
oh
to say the
yeah, and
least.
technical as well for
You know,
sure.
you have to cross the lines and know your p's and q's. This is the reason one of the reasons why going to Maine. I know the prosecutor. I know the DA office as well for the whole Kennebec County. Like going out into areas where you have friends makes things a lot easier. This is the reason why that I need to. I hope state prosecutors. I hope DAs hear what we are saying here. We need your help. We need your involvement. We need local law enforcement involvement. It would also be amazing if we can get federal involvement because again, this is something that can affect your kids. Can like you guys work all the time. I've I've seen how much these prosecutors work and how much these DAs work and everything else.
Like crazy.
Man, they're away from their house sometimes 15, 16, 17 hours a
Yeah,
day. And a lot of them have kids at home. So again, this is something that could affect you, even your own household. So having your guys' involvement to allow us to do additional sting operations in your area would be absolutely beneficial to the community in a whole.
absolutely. So again, if you want to contact us, give us a call, test at 203-519-6008. You can also look for us at the Diaz Task Force and Google the Diaz Task Force, and you'll find us there. Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine, YouTube, the whole nine yards. Also, some thing that people really don't know. So everybody knows Tank, the big guy, the MMA fighter, no holds barred. Here we go, take a chair and slam it down, and the whole 9 yards. But do you guys actually know that he's also a gamer? Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. I love video games. I also have my own YouTube channel as well. I also have my own podcast. I have my own podcast as well. You guys can subscribe to my channel. It is two. That's
absolutely. And while he does that, all his links is gonna be on the show notes as well. There is gonna be hyperlinks, so you guys can show him some love, man. Show him some love.
please, please. It's again. I play Call of Duty. I play a lot of these shooters. I play some sports games. And again, if you have any suggestions for any games for me to play, I'm down. I will try some games and stuff like that. My channel that I started is, going to be very interactive with people who subscribe to my channel. So if you have any suggestions and games for me to play, please, please send them my way because that way I can get them and I can try them out and you guys can experience the first time of me playing the games that you guys like together. We can actually experience it in one shot.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Tank. He's over here playing video games and so on. But like size and stuff, it really don't matter. It's really the type of person who you are. When it comes to the job, to the Diaz Task Force, forget about it. He's all about it. He's
Oh yeah,
on it.
yeah, no
And
play.
then when it's time on his free time and so on, he enjoy playing video games. He
Yep.
got his YouTube channel. He got a podcast
Got
coming
my own
up.
podcast coming up as well.
Man, and I can't wait to see that podcast. It's gonna just simply blow up with the games and everything. Like he
My
doesn't matter what he does. He's so committed, man.
my podcast is going to be based off of technology, like newest technology that's out. I'm fascinated with how quick technology has progressed throughout the years, and especially with AI. AI is insane, but and then of course we're gonna have some conspiracy theories on there because I'm big into that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be really awesome. I'm gonna have some amazing guests on there. I'm already working on talking to a couple professors from Yale University. Hopefully, I can get one of them in there. One of them studies the cosmos. So we're gonna get that guy in there. Another one is a law major. So it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have some pretty interesting people on there for sure.
Most definitely. And again, if you guys want to volunteer for the DS Task Force, or you just want to give us send us some love and so on, man. My phone number is 203-519-6008. You guys can text me anytime. Also, you guys can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We are all over the place, man, because it's really important to protect your children. They are our future. And also, when it comes to Tank, he's an amazing guy. Hopefully, you guys.
Subscribe to both of our channels, man. The more subscribers, the better it's gonna be because the more we have people viewing what we do, especially amazing people that are gonna be subscribing to us, you have no idea how much of a big help that is for a push to continue to do what we do. Especially if you don't like pedophiles and you want them off the streets, then you need people like us. Just subscribe to our channels. I'm telling you, that revenue comes in heavily because everything that we do right now is out of pocket. We pay everything out of pocket. We set up the stings ourselves. We buy our equipment ourselves. Our firearms or our personal fire, our uniforms. We pay out of pocket for everything. So subscribing to our channels and getting enough subscribers so that we can drive in more revenue would be able to allow us to have a better budgeting to be able to apprehend more and more of these pigs off of the street. Because again, if if we don't have the gas to get there, how the hell are we going to be able to do our job? So everything's out of pocket. So if you guys can donate, subscribe, whatever, any little bit helps.
Absolutely. And can't wait, man. Hopefully, we never get to see each other. and so on. But don't do know your child goes missing or there's predators out there. We're gonna be there. We're gonna get your ass. And you guys are lucky that I don't get my way and put you on the wood chipper because that would be really nice.
We just got a call the other day. We so my mom has friends whose young kids, their teens, went missing, and the last place they were seen was in Town Square, in New York. And we were on that case, but then the parents didn't even follow through to contact us. So it's just it's like fishy. So again, if you're a parent and you're involved in something, we will find out. We don't play no games, especially if we get a call concerning a child to begin with. That is our number one focus, is making sure that child's safe. So if anybody gives a call based off of where a missing persons report, because we do search and rescue as well, we will go with these different organizations. We will go in any terrain, in trenches. We don't care where it is. If there's missing people, we will go out there. We will try and find them. We don't care if it's overseas in Afghanistan. Okay, if you have a missing loved one and you need to find that missing loved one, you give us a call, because again, we're armed, we're trained, and we're not fucking around. We will figure out where they are.
Absolutely. Any last words? Although that right there was freaking perfect because it's 100% true. Any last words?
Yeah, predators, don't sleep. We're coming for you.
He is not kidding. And again, I said he's the nice guy. So yeah, download, share it with your friends if you guys want. If you found anything, also comment, share in our social media. Let us know what's good. We are here to help you. That's the whole purpose of this. A Marine combat veteran actually combine everything that he learned in combat. If you guys, any Marines out there, Navy, Air Force, what's going on? Hey, by the way, Marines, Semper Fi. So
Simplify.
oh yeah, hoorah! So
You know it.
this is the real stuff, man. The real stuff. And with
We want the best of the best. So if anybody has any kind of training whatsoever in any armed forces, I don't even care if you're if this is your first time shooting a gun. We have the best of the best to be able to train you. Like I said, we have ex special forces that are willing to train you up to par. Again, a lot of the training has to do with survival skills, how to survive in certain environments, especially if we're doing a search and rescue. We're not stopping until we get. So if a child goes missing in the forest in, let's say, Redwood Forest in California, right? We will be out there for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So you better know how to survive out there. This is the reason why we have special forces training. This is the reason why we learn our gun safety, how to properly hold our firearms, also how to start a fire, how to hunt, how to survive. This isn't for the weak. When we're out there, we're out there. Sometimes supply might be a little bit low because, again, everything's out of pocket. So if you're going to survive out there in the wilderness, you got to know how to build your shelter. You need to know how to feed yourself. You got to know which plants are edible, which ones are not, and most importantly, you got to know how to shoot. If you can't shoot, and you pull a gun on somebody and you don't know how to properly shoot that firearm, they're going to take it from you, and then you're going to die. So, unfortunately, that's just the bottom line. We also train in hand-on-hand combat as well as knife fighting. Very, very important to learn Apache-style knife fighting, especially because Apache is like one of the best when it comes to knife fighting. You have to become essentially a tank.
oh yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know about having a whole bunch of little tanks. The tank is tank,
I'm
the
tank.
one and only.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
we train you really well. I do take everything extremely serious and so on because this is a serious thing. I want to make sure that all my engines, male, female, everybody is nice and safe from the my command, and everything's gonna work out. So we train you to be the best, so we can do the
Mm-hmm.
best job out there with whatever we got and make it happen.
Again, and when you're on the field, everybody works together. If you see something that doesn't seem right, call one of us out on it. Ultimately, it will be the leader's position, like myself or anyone in the other leader's position, to be able to say, hey, yay or nay on a situation. But again, we are a team. We are a task force. Everybody provides something to our force. So if you see something, if you have a better plan for extraction, or if you have a better just overall, if you had just any advice for something that would make the mission run smoother, you need to speak up. Again, we are all brothers in this. We all are fighting for the same cause. It's not like the military where you speak when you're told. We encourage you to speak because, again, it's the people who are speaking out on stuff like this is the reason why we're able to go to some of these missions. So again, if you see something you don't like, you hear something you don't like, whatever, let us know. Again, we don't fuck around. We are a team. We are a unit. We are strong. We are one. We are as strong as the link between us. If one of the links are weak, then he is going to get off the task, and that's just the bottom line. We can't have arguing amongst each other, any kind of distress, because again, what we're dealing with, we're going to be life on the line. We're going to go against some very dangerous people, and if there's a little doubt of distrust between anybody in there, it can compromise the entire mission, and everybody can be at risk. So we need to be like-minded, one sound, one move, one unit, and that's just the bottom line. If you can handle that, please come on down. If you can't, stay at home on your couch.
That's right. Teamwork does make the dream work. Everybody, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this segment. There will be a second one, a part two to this, because I need to pick this guy's brain so much. And he's an MMA fighter too. Like this guy is Tank is unbelievable. Trust and believe. There's a reason he's a corporal in the organization. But so right now we're gonna go
Boxing,
ahead.
boxing and MMA. Most people currently I'm the heavyweight boxing champion, but it's two separate battles, MMA and boxing. People ask me which one's more difficult. People think that MMA is more difficult. I have to disagree. MMA, you're able to do a lot more. For boxing, you just got to use your fist, and you are getting hit in the head multiple fucking times. So that's the reason why it's hard for a person to do boxing to transfer over to MMA, and it's difficult for somebody to do MMA to transfer over to boxing because the rules are different. Each one will fuck you up. MMA is more dangerous, but more difficult is boxing for sure.
Absolutely. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this segment. There will be a part two coming up next week, let's say. And thank you very once again. Diaz Task Force, Google, YouTube, blah blah blah. You guys already know. Downloads really important, and let your friends know that the Diaz Task Force is out there trying to help you, trying to keep your family safe. Because at the end of the day, each and every single one of you is worth it. And when it comes to the pedophiles and all that crazy people, fuck them. We're
Yeah,
coming for them.
we're